right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So Conor McGregor is signed on in the remake for Roadhouse, the Roadhouse remake, and he is in a leading role. It says in leading role. Now, if you say Conor's in leading role for the new Roadhouse, the leading role in the old Roadhouse is Dalton. Okay, Patrick Swayze, Dalton. By the way, if you haven't seen the movie Roadhouse in the 80s, shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. But it's shame that you can wash off immediately because you can just watch it because it's awesome. It's like not having seen Roadhouse, the original, is basically equivalent to having not seen Goonies or Top Gun, the original Top Gun. Seriously. Like that's, I mean, like if you have, I feel like if you took a survey of the world, of all the people like on Earth, way more people have probably seen Top Gun and Goonies than have seen Roadhouse. But the gap, shame on those people. Watch it. It's that good. It really is. But Conor McGregor playing a lead role, which apparently it's not Dalton. Oh my God. Wow, they're not going to have an Irish Dalton. He's the new Dalton, right? Like it's a new character. He's the new Dalton. Now, why? Like in all honesty, do I think Conor can do a good job playing a character in a movie? Of course. Like, of course I do. I've seen 8 Mile, fantastic movie. Okay, Eminem playing a version of himself. So Conor playing a bouncer that works at some kind of bar, gets into whatever, beats people up professionally. He's basically playing like the version of himself that wasn't a professional fighter and was a bouncer, I would imagine. He's probably going to do a pretty good job, right? So here's my question. Why on earth would he do it? Okay, first of all, why would you call it Roadhouse? Okay? If the lead role is not Dalton, why would you call it Roadhouse? Right? And there's another big problem with this movie, a big one, okay? A real big one. Unrelated to Conor, but there are a lot of problems with Conor McGregor being in this movie also, which I'll share with you guys, okay? Now, before I get into it, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Now, this is going to be a big story. Conor, going into this, like playing, whatever, new Dalton in Roadhouse. But here's the thing. You should share this video with your friends, just so that everybody understands, like, what the impact of this is going to be on, actually, you know what? I don't want to like hate on this. Like I hate hating on people's projects. I hate it. Okay. Do I think this might be a good movie? Yes, I do. I think it might be a good movie. It might be a really good movie. But why is he I thought he wants to come back and fight. Like I thought Conor wants to come back and fight. Dude, I just read this. Conor watched 277 and he's super fired up to come back, dude. And I'm like, nice. He's ready. Let's get him booked with Masvidal. Let's go. Conor's coming back, son. And then the next minute, it's like Conor is taking on the lead role in a Hollywood studio film. I'm like, what the how do those two things go together? In a lead role, like if he was going to come on in like a cameo, they're all, hey, Conor, you're back. He's all, fuck you. They're all, I love that guy, man. He used to be the double champ. He's all, hey, tell your lady to come sit on my lap. And he plays like a dirty version of himself. That'd be awesome. Okay, he's in the lead role. Do you have any idea what kind of time commitment that is? He's going to have to memorize the entire script. Okay? Memorize the entire script and simultaneously fight camp? Not happening. Okay? Film the movie. Fight camp. Not happening. It's not happening. And when Conor came back to fight Dustin and he didn't win, even though he was in great shape, what did everybody say? He's like, dude, he's too distracted. He's thinking about the Manny Pacquiao fight. And that's at least a fight. He's going to be distracted playing a character in a movie? That's how, like, come on. I mean, look, like, if I'm him, am I doing it? Yes, I would probably do it. I would probably do it for sure. Because I would be about expanding my tentacles into as many things as possible because being a fighter, it has an expiration date. If Conor is an exceptional actor, which is not impossible at all, that he's going to be extremely talented on camera because anyone who's talented on camera like this is very talented on camera acting also. It's part of the deal. You're like, he's going to be great. Like, he'll be great in the movie. So I understand. Like, of course, that's what I would do. But as a fan, like, he's not going to do it. You think he's going to beat Islam Makhachev while he's filming Roadhouse? I mean, like, this is a wrap. This is a wrap for his fight career. Like, this is literally, like, this is a potential death knell in his fight career, in my opinion. But here's the other problem. Big one, okay? Big one. Jake Gyllenhaal, as his, co-star, he was in a fight movie, right? And I want to just say that, before, because like I said, I hate hating on people, dude. I really don't. That's why I'm not really hating on Conor. I'm hating on this situation without hating on Conor. And I'm not going to hate on Jake. I am going to hate on Jake Gyllenhaal, actually. I'm going to hate on him pretty hard, but not in a way that he should take personally, right? Because there are a bunch of Jake Gyllenhaal movies that I love. Love. Nightcrawler coming to mind right out of the gate. Nightcrawler is incredible. If you've never seen the movie Nightcrawler, and you have if you fancy yourself kind of like a dark-souled person, like if you're, if I was like, hey, would you consider yourself more like, I don't know, this is a weird, I don't, like some people have like some darkness to them, dude. Like if you got some darkness to you, you will love the movie Nightcrawler. It's exceptional. It's 10 out of 10. Movies don't get better than that movie. Okay. And Jake Gyllenhaal, and that is, that's part. If you're going to have a person in a lead role, he completely pulls it off. He is the reason that movie's so good. Okay. So Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor is awesome. But Jake Gyllenhaal starred in a movie called Southpaw. Okay. Southpaw. You guys may remember it. He plays a world champion boxer who has his wife get murdered by the entourage of another up and coming fighter. And then he needs to fight the guy. It's like a Rocky type. So he loses everything. He's going to come back up. It's like a Rocky style story, except with revenge mixed in, right? Has all the makings of a fantastic film, except for one minor problem. Jake Gyllenhaal can't box with shit. Okay. I'm sorry. I love Jake Gyllenhaal and he should not be insulted by this. I mean, he's obviously not going to see this, but if he did, there's no reason he should be insulted. I'm telling you, do you fancy yourself a boxer or an actor? An actor, you're an incredible actor, one of the best actors in the game, but you can't box for shit. And I can't ignore that, dude. Okay. Anybody who's if you're like us, okay, a person who's like us, anybody watching this video, we are a collective, very, very similar type of viewer for sure. And when it comes to movies where actors are fighting, okay, not fighting, portraying a world-class fighter, okay? So if this person is like, this guy is the middleweight champion of the world, boxing, you're like, all right, okay, let's see what he's got. And then they go in there and they box. And even in the choreographed dance boxing, you're like, this fucking guy doesn't know how to throw a punch at all. I would slip that with a blindfold on. Okay. That's not a world champion boxer. Give me a break. Okay. Give me a break. And here's the thing. They don't need to look like a real world champion. They just need to look like they're at least semi competent, right? Tom Hardy can bang, dude. Tom Hardy can bang, son. You go watch the sequence in Batman Returns, at the end with Bane and Batman, the last final scene, and when Bane they're squared up and Bane throws a 3 or 4 punch body shot combination, and then Batman slips and the last 2 punches knock down a pillar, he punches through a pillar. Go watch that. Tell me you're good with Tom Hardy punching you in the ribs. I used to show that to people, and they would be like, "That's sped up, dude. That's sped up." I'm like, "It's not sped up, dude. Watch it again. Watch everyone else around him. It's not sped up. Believe me, trust me, human beings can punch that fast. I can punch that fast. I'm not even world class, but he looks like a fucking boss. He looks like a boss. So I believe him. When he fights in Warrior, I believe him because he can fight. Michael B. Jordan is definitely a good enough boxer that I watch. I'm like, all right, I'm buying this. I can turn my brain off and just be watching this movie about boxers. He's good enough for that, for sure. Okay. The best, Mark Wahlberg is just right on the edge because Mark Wahlberg clearly knows how to box. He's just very slow. He just whatever. If I just saw him sparring, I'd be like, oh, Mark Wahlberg knows how to bang. But he's slow, dude. He looks slow when I watch him. But maybe it's because he's acting. Maybe in real life he's much faster. Who knows? I wouldn't want to insult Mark Wahlberg. He's literally one of my favorite actors. But the best actor boxer ever is not a conversation. I'm talking someone who has no experience boxing prior. I'm not talking Tommy Gunn, or Tommy Morrison when he plays Rocky IV. I'm not talking a real boxer who's playing a part. The best boxer ever who was an actor and then just trained up to be good at boxing for the movie is Hilary Swank in $1 Million Baby. 100%. At least in my opinion. I mean, I guess this is opinion. Jake Gyllenhaal in Southpaw is unwatchable. Is unwatchable to me. It made the movie suck, dude. Like, it made the movie suck because I couldn't get into the fight scene. The fight scenes are are what's it. That's, you know what? That's another reason why the Mark Wahlberg, he completely sells it, because the movie The Fighter, where he plays Mickey Ward, I cried in that movie. Straight up, dude. I cried in that movie. And here's the deal. That's one of those things where, like, I've talked about this before. It's like, if I asked a dude, I'd be like, hey, have you ever cried in a movie? And they're like, hell nah. You're all, what about in Rudy? What do you mean? Well, did you cry in Rudy? Like, when you watched Rudy, did you? I mean, I'm not talking like, but I'm like, you know, did you have to either choke it down or like, did you tear up a little bit in Rudy? I don't know. Have you watched Rudy front to back? Have you watched the movie Rudy from beginning to end? Yeah, you didn't tear up, huh? When he got the sack at the end, you didn't tear up? No. I'd be like, you're a fucking pussy then. You know? That's like the one time when, like, someone, if you didn't cry, you're a pussy. I will say that. I will never waver from that. As a matter of fact, if you don't cry at the end of Rudy, you're a fucking pussy. It means you don't understand struggle. Anyway. So, but like The Fighter's like that. Like The Fighter is like, God damn, son. You know, like I'm not again. So yes, Mark Wahlberg sold it. Southpaw, I'm like, all I can think about is Jesus. He moves slow. Stop punching like that. Jesus. It's unwatchable. So, like, if Conor McGregor fought Jake Gyllenhaal in real life, it would be, I mean, obviously, if Conor fought anybody, for the most part, it would be gross. But that, I mean, Jesus. So, Jake Gyllenhaal, great actor, plays a dark character real well. But the idea of him being in a role where he's going to be fighting, fuck me. And then Conor being in this movie and he's going to be doing whatever the fuck he's going to be doing, which is not training to fight in the UFC, is depressing to me. I want to see him fight. He also seems like he's fucking all over the place, dude. I'm just going to say that. He seems like 1 minute he's negotiating a new fight with Floyd Mayweather when he's under contract with the UFC. What are we talking about? Like, you can't do it without Dana. What are we talking? And then now he's doing this movie. It's like, he's doing all these parties. I don't know, dude. I don't know what it's like to have $200 million. I would probably be just this crazy too. I'm just a huge fan of his and I want to see him fight. That's all. That's all it is. Anyway, that's what I got. Love you guys. Peace.